Hello YouTube. Just wanted to make a quick video about some issues that I've been having with this Denon receiver. This particular one is the AVR-X2100W, and I understand that this is a fairly common problem where the receiver will go into protect mode. It'll basically come on, stay on for a few seconds, and you'll hear a click, it'll shut itself back on, and then immediately come back on. It just basically cycles through that. So I took the cover off of it and I started to kind of mess around with it. And one of the things I noticed is that this connector right here, this is to the left side of the HDMI board. I noticed that if I pulled up on it slightly, then it stopped and it started working correctly. It stopped going through the power cycling, and it would work perfectly as long as I held that up. As soon as I let that go, it would go back into the cycling. And so I took this board out and I inspected it, and what I discovered was on the underside, this 5 pins, two of them, basically the solder had come off and it wasn't making contact with the board. And so basically what I did was I pushed the pins back in as far as I would go. I took off the old solder and I resoldered it, and that so far seems to have taken care of the problem. I haven't had that happen. It's been a few days. Obviously I know that there are other known issues with this receivers, but if you're having that particular problem, that may be the problem. Now this board is pretty easy to take off. There's a bunch of screws along the back, along the top here. Let's see if I can turn this thing around and show that to you. And so there's gonna be a bunch of screws right along there where the HDMI connectors go into. There's a couple more, I think, on this side, but it should be pretty easy to see where the screws are as they relate to this board. The hardest part about taking these out is gonna be these connectors right here. And there's a couple on the front. Now these ones on the side connect to this board right here. The ones in the front connect to this board that's kind of hiding right under this ribbon here. And so the way to get those out is there's little lift tabs on here, and it's kind of hard to see because it's a little bit dark in there, but if you basically lift the plastic up a little bit and then pull the board off, it should come off pretty easy. Again, be careful when you go to put it back in because there's pins in there. And again, I'm sorry, it's really hard to see because of the light in there, but there's pins in there that are really easy to bend. So when you go to put this back in, if it's just a wrong angle, it is going to bend one of those pins. And I found them pretty easy to straighten and get just right and push the board back in. But anyway, I hope this was helpful. I hope that it does help if you are having the same issue that I've been having. All right, enjoy the rest of your day.